Reka and Jessicarabbit. Welcome back to part 2 of Soul Healer Podcast. Yay! This is the first time we did this, but we were really going over time, and we didn't want to keep you stuck too long in one spot or, listening to our lovely voices. But we're going to continue now, and we're going to catch up on power. Yeah. Spoiler alert. And the poly people. Yes.
Yeah. Poly pockets. Okay. Power. Okay. My favorite. I love the ending. That was the highlight of it. I was in the bed like, ooh. I was so happy somebody found out.
So tell the people if they haven't. Well, no, spoiler alert. But yeah. So how did it end from what you remember?
Lorenzo. Okay, so I know him as Bobby Brown. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting his name in this. What's his name in this?
Is it Lorenzo? No.
Lorenzo's the father.
Oh shit. We gonna call him Bobby Brown today.
So Bobby found out that his poppy is the one that killed Zeke Freaky.
Mm-hmm.
And he played it off really well, and I was very proud of him because he's been wanting that power.
He's gonna be my bitch.
Yes. When he stepped to him and he was like, because if I let my mother know, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, nigga, I'm letting you live.
Yep.
That's basically the reason I'm letting you live. And then when he took the bag and threw it at him like that you gonna make this
happen. So he put the pieces of the puzzle together. He found out gradually because his dad was like, you go find the killer. Why would you even give him that assignment? Knowing that you was the one that did it. You really don't know who the fuck he is.
He thought that, you don't know who he is, and he thought that it would never come to the light of day. But he said, you thought I was stupid. When he got shot, he said, I called the pilot and I called the other person that was at the airport, the driver, and they let me know who it was. And he said he knew you had a broken tail light, and he said, oh, you got your tail. When he said you got your tail light fixed, that's when you should have been like,
exactly.
Like, yeah. Like he just kept playing it like,
And then the chain. So he was like, oh, that box. Okay, all right. So all of these pieces of the puzzle coming together. The chain that Zeke never wore.
And then you had him steal it.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got caught with it, and that's why he made him killing, because he was like, no, I was paid to do this. I was paid to do that. And then he got him.
Mm-hmm. Because he still wanted to use that power that he had at that time to make him his bitch. Like, no, you work for me now.
Yeah. And then he said, because he wanted Mo he wanted to be back in the graces of Mo. And he thought, okay, I could do this, and then this would be better. And then he messed it up for himself.
Oh, geez, Louise. Yeah, but with Tariq, and we didn't even talk about the Haitians. Like, boom, guess who stepped in the room? Like, now we have some Haitian folks coming in, moving in. I didn't really like how it played out at the beginning, because I was just like, what am I watching?
Yeah, but I figured it out when I saw the ring, right? When I saw him take the ring, I said, okay, the real owner of the ring is going to come back for this ring, and she is going to be the person that is the mastermind for the connect. And that's when it happened. And then the one thing I didn't like either, when they asked the girl for the ring,
you chop her hand off.
Well, she wouldn't give it to her. I thought she was gonna chop the finger. But just give the ring. All you had to do was give the ring and just say, I bought it at the auction. That's all you had. You did not have to be so snotty, so stuck up to the point that I'm not telling you, you know what I'm saying? No, give the ring.
She got what she was gonna get.
And I know from how people are, especially like you watch what's that movie? My Little Friend, what's that called? Because with the Cuban dude, the drug, everybody want to be like him. Say hello to my little friend.
Shit. Scarface.
Yeah.
30s?
So, yeah. So you know how
Like,
they
my husband's gonna kill me if I don't know this.
so you know they always taking machetes and stuff and cutting people's hands and stuff. So you know, I knew this was going to come, that they were not from this country. They were going to show you, and you know, and they did what they said they were going to do. And she got not just a finger, the whole daggone hand, and then that both ended up dead. Y'all could have walked away. Less of a ring, still engaged.
Right.
Just ringless.
You ain't even had that ring 24 hours. But it was weird. It was weird for me to see power playing out like that. Where I was just like, okay, y'all trying to do something different. This is different to start it all.
They don't have the same writer anymore. Oh girl, I forgot. She's no longer there. She left. So now that's why a lot of power is not powering the way that we know power to go, because we no longer have the original writer. So a lot of the stuff we're like, that's not how it would have normally played out. Yeah, that's why. So now we have to get used to these new writers.
Okay. So we'll see how that whole transition goes. But with Tariq, I almost call him Tyrese, Lord. Tariq and Effie and Braden. Like, okay, Braden's parents like, no, don't hang around him, whatever. I like the fact light-skinned Keisha's still there.
Yeah.
How they all end up being in the same class? Like, really? Y'all all in the same class. Tariq got both of his girls, whatever, in the same class. Now she wanna holler at this other dude, which I was like, it's something up with him. But he seemed like he trying to put her on, getting her a job at the little candy desk or whatever. Help her out with that.
He went to see what's up at that candy shop.
But once he figure out that family, like, that's gonna scare him away. But with Effie, I think it's something up with her.
I've said that from the beginning. I think she's a part of a bigger family. I think she has a connect, like her family, somebody big somewhere else, and it's gonna come out. And
she wants to make her own name.
Or she's working with the feds.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether it was you or my husband that said something about her working with the feds, but she just seemed like she moving weird.
Yeah, especially, she's moving weird. She's always moved weird, even on the regular power when he first met her. She's always moved weird. Because this is the other thing. You had your own product, right? Now you moving with him. Well, what about who you was working with before? You just don't jump. You know what I'm saying? You don't go from this dude to that dude, unless that was your man's that you was selling for. You know what I'm saying? That could be understandable, but you ain't gonna go from one team to the next team like that. Nah, right. You taking money out their pocket.
But then, because did you see the part where she was on the laptop and she was doing something with the course correct file or something, and he came in and
yeah, she was going, because remember, if you looked at the packs, she put one for Sandsfield. She wants to move that weight there, but it's hot, and you can't move when it's hot like that. He's telling you it's too hot. They're gonna catch on. You're my girl. This so happens to come up. No, and the heifer was putting fingerprints on all the packs.
She had no gloves on. That's not realistic. The whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, she just doing this raw? Like, no gloves, no nothing. Scraping it with the card, like nothing got on her hands. Don't that shit go into your bloodstream? I don't know. Like, am I mistaken?
Yeah, no mask.
The whole time, you that neat.
Yeah, no mask, no nothing. She was just like, Oh, and then when Dre had the guy that was going to be the new connect to sell at the gym, because he got beat up, got killed.
I'm like, why did he get him killed? What is this connection?
Because I think he's so mad. I don't think he knew who that person was.
That was crazy as hell.
Because he was mad because his boyfriend left him, that now he has to take his anger out on someone else. And that was the first vulnerable person to do it with.
I thought I was missing something. I'm like, did I miss something? Like, did this dude sleep with his boyfriend? Like, did he do something to his boyfriend back in the day? And he was like, oh, I'm gonna get you back. Like, why did you get that nigga ran over?
They born
And
killers.
then he done fucked up the money.
Now you gotta find.
Oh, no. He didn't fuck up the money because wait a minute. He's the one that was pushing the weight at the school, right?
But yeah, in the gym. But they were going to use him. So
they were going to get him to buy the stuff from them.
Yes, and then he was going to move it for them that way.
So now they might have to go back to course. Oh no, they might fake like no, they're not gonna fake like they trainers or no shit like that. How would they make that work?
Unless they get another trainer to do it.
Because they still got them cards floating around.
You got
first session free. He already trained Tariq one time. Who could they use? I don't know. I'm like, who could they use to do fake workouts? Do fake workouts, keep them cards floating, and like, oh, you coming to us now? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that nigga got ran over. But I didn't understand why his boyfriend was so mad. Like, you see his face. Because you see he got fucked up.
It's always something with him and his family. You can never show up because it's always something. You and your family is always a cause of something. You can never be there for me. And I guess he felt like if you were there, you wouldn't have got beaten up and being selfish. But that guy wanted to stay in the closet anyway.
Yeah, so he did.
So he probably thought, okay, if I go to this place, he comes around, people are going to know something's up. Maybe say I might just get out now. I don't know. But he wanted to stay in the closet. So
yeah, I feel you. But that was pretty much the recap I had for Power. Did you have anything you noticed or?
Oh yeah, what's his name? The cop that's working with Method.
Oh yeah, they got caught. Well, they realized that.
We still got. Well, I forgot we ain't do Snowfall either. We can do Snowfall next week.
Okay. Yeah, they found out that they working together because that he's working with the Tejada family, right? That's what they call it?
Yeah, so Meth is working with the Tejada family, but then whoever that guy is, I forgot his name. He needs to been going. So I'm so sick of him.
Yeah.
His messy self with his girlfriend and trying to get oh, gosh, that man.
With Lauren, like she's not telling him about Lauren. And then it's just like all
these secrets. It's just
Sacks.
Yeah. Sacks need to be sacked along.
Yeah. But let's move on to the main topic. Oh gosh. Y'all, I had to do research for this topic. I had to do research for this topic because Honey Love over here, Honey Love Baby Love, Jessica Rabbit over here already knew all the tea. So I had to dive deep to figure out what was going on. What is it about these poly people?
And you know what? The thing about it is I don't care that y'all in a poly relationship. If that's what you want to do. But the thing I don't like is that he is 30 years old. Olivia says she's 20. But her age always gets mixed up. If you watch the lives, it's always misconstrued. Her LinkedIn is not calculating to her birth date. And Shanice is 30 years old. So yes, it's giving me R. Kelly. It's giving me she's an adult. It's giving me we are consenting adults. But Olivia, baby, you a little girl, honey. You a little girl. You don't know anything in this world. Talking about, oh, she left her man for him because her man could not provide her with what he could provide you with. Your man probably wasn't 30 years old. Your man probably didn't know the scheme and the scams that he knows. Baby girl, you need to wake up before you behind bars, and you're not gonna know how you got there.
Right.
Because I think everything is in their name and not his.
So a little backstory for everyone. Shanti Adams, from when I started watching, well, from what I saw some of the videos, he was around 28, 29 when he started posting this stuff on social media or TikTok. He was known for cheating in his relationship, so he decided like, hey, I'm not going to be faithful, blah, 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 blah. So I want to go into this poly lifestyle where I can have between 7 to 12 wives and ladies, wives, whatever you want to say. He considers himself a millionaire. He says, I don't have $1 million in my bank account, but I could make $1 million in a month or whatever, or make money in my sleep. I have had $1 million.
Touched the Millie. You know how he touched the Millie? He wrote down Millie and he touched it. And honey, am I lying?
So he's a self-made, self-proclaimed millionaire. He has businesses. He has a story that the story is getting all mixed up. It's like you got 7 brothers and sisters, 7 siblings, then you got 16, but then blood don't make you siblings. So he has imaginary siblings or people that he's made as siblings to make his story match. He's done interviews on podcasts in different places.
Mother was on crack, but then she was on heroin. Which one is it?
His mother was on drugs. He grew up in the hood, but his brother said he never grew up in the hood. He had bullets flying through the window or something.
Doctor, but he's not a doctor, but he didn't know. And all of them have different fathers, and you know why? He says, he said something about, how's that my brother? And we don't have the same last name. And his brother gave the backstory. He said, he was the only blood child of our parents. The rest, my brothers and sisters were all adopted by them. And when it was time to change our last name, when they did the adoption, he said no. He objected to it. That is why we don't have the same last name. I said, okay, that makes sense, because he does seem like he probably had his narcissistic ways back then.
Yeah. Like, no, I don't want them to have the same last name as me. But he said that he was adopted, grew up in foster home, but we hear that's not the truth either. So we really don't know what the truth is. But that's been his pitch for so long. It's been his pitch to win a contest, to get $10,000 and to do all of this other stuff. So he keeps using the story that's getting him attention, that's getting people's sympathy. And now he is invested in trying to make money in his sleep. So his investment are these women. Each wife or woman he brings into his life has to have her business. She doesn't have to have it when she first gets involved with him, but he's going to help her create a business. And then he's going to put his name on it. So he's making money when they make money. So it's like, do you know how the story played out with how he met Shanice?
So Shanice was at a function. She said she was new to San Diego because she comes from Georgia. So she was new to San Diego. She's in the Navy. The Navy, it does have a post open in San Diego, so that does match. She was at this network party. She is a lesbian, never dated men. Runs into Sean, the party. He snatched her phone out of her hand because I guess she was in the corner on the phone, not having a good time. And then he said, we're gonna have a good time. And then she said he went on a date, and boom, all of a sudden now she's attracted to men and wants to be with a man. And so that's how their story played out. She goes on deployment. So they're together for a year. She goes out on deployment for the Navy. Boom walks in Olivia. However, they said that he met Olivia a year before when before they got together, but that would have put Olivia back in high school. But they said that she was born in November. She said in November, I think it's like 22nd, 2002. So that is why she said, that's why I graduated a year behind, because I'm a late baby, late in the year baby. So that's why I was old, graduating high school. Then they said that she was working with this woman, who the woman turned out to be her mother, because her mother is Indonesian, so she has an Indonesian name. So it made it seem like she was working for Kim Lee, but because her name is Appleberry, it doesn't, you wouldn't put two and two together. That would be her mother.
Mm-hmm.
So she lied. She didn't have her own business. She was working for her mother, doing all this stuff. And then he met them on LinkedIn. He met Olivia on LinkedIn. She came out to meet him. She met Shanice the first time, came back, said, oh, I would never be in a poly relationship, whatever. He tells her, I'm going to fly you out on a one-way ticket. You're going to come here and stay forever. And boom, she's been there since that time. So they've been together, I think, 7 months now.
So what I heard was he took her under his wing as a mentor. He asked her if she wanted to sign up for the mentorship or something. And part of the mentorship, because he likes the one-on-one type of thing, he's not going to just take your money and then do little Zoom calls or whatever. But he's going to do it. He's going to invite you to his penthouse and we're going to work together one-on-one. I'm like, is that what you told her? Is that how you got her to your house?
Well, if she's 18, 19 years old, young, impressionable, yes. She's going to feel like, oh my God, she's so great. He's so good. He's so hands-on. Look at that. She's young and dumb. You and I, 25 and older, we fall for that. I don't know you.
Right.
So you could lock me in there and not let me out, man. And I'm good. I'm good.
But what she said was, well, no. I remember seeing a clip with Shanice saying, when I was deployed and I heard about this, I didn't like the way it felt because I didn't want him to be making memories with somebody else when I wasn't around. So it didn't seem like he really gave her an option. He told her this is what it was going to be.
Well, he told her from the beginning. She said that
they had a discussion about bringing other people into the relationship.
They wouldn't have threesomes. But it never really talked about a permanent person. So he was trying to make her permanent.
But for Olivia, which they call Oliver, for Olivia to not even have an attraction to another woman, it's like you're having two separate relationships. And that didn't make sense to me because even old girl got on the live. It's Jay from Baltimore. Yeah. She got on there and was like, what are you getting out of this, sweetie? Like, you're not getting nothing. She's not even attracted to you. Y'all don't even seem like y'all friends.
Because you know what? It's coincides with the Mormon poly relationships. Because in the Mormon religion, when they have with the fundamentalists, when they are in their polys, you have one husband and he has so many wives, but the wives don't sleep with each other. They're called sister wives. So really they are sister wives. And you won't have a sexual relationship together. You're just coincide with raising the children and, you know, just extra mommies, extra fun, extra sisterhood. That's what he's trying to portray because he wants to be selfish. He doesn't want any attraction. That's why he won't get another woman that likes women as well. But
I saw that too.
There was a clip of them in the somebody got a clip of them, I guess in the what's the thing in the elevator. Olivia was feeling all up on Shanice. So it wasn't like a girlfriend, you know, oh, touch it. No, that was like a grab and like, yeah, like I said, so, and they all sleep in the same bed. Now, if you have a separate relationship, they don't share the marital bed. You share it with the husband. There's no one common bed. He would go to each woman's bed. So that's why I'm like, so and they all ask, well, when y'all doing something, was she sitting in the corner crying?
Right. And I saw what E came. Oh my Lord. E came on TikTok, got on there. She was going in.
He came. I knew it when I saw that. I said she is going to give them what they need because E does not care. She don't care what you say about her because, honey, she says if you're making a fool, that's what me and my baby father do. We make a fool to make that money. Do what you got to do, but get that check. And that's why I said that's what y'all want to do. But the thing that I don't like is it sounds like a scam what he's doing. I've known guys like this. I've seen this happen, and I've seen it play out in my life, and they've all ended up 6 feet under the ground or in jail or both. And these girls now will be tied up into something that they don't know. They don't know that that's not his business, that's their business, because they're just signing their name.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever notice, they're only going live on Shanice's page or Oliver's page. It's not tied to them.
Mm.
That's their businesses, and I'm just coaching them on how they're supposed to do and move and this and this and that. So it all looks like it's them, and I'm just a coach. It ain't my fault they did what they did with the money. He doesn't have a car. They said that the penthouse is in Shanice's name. So all of this is tied up to her. The car is in her name. Oh, I don't have a car. Shanice has a car. Everything with the money is tied up to these women. And Shanice could be in on it because Shanice is 30 years old and she knows, okay, maybe we can get the little young dumb one to fall for it. Because the little girl, she has ADHD. She's very much giving me that she's a very smart little girl, but she had little stuff going on with her and she might not, be there all the way. Because some stuff that happens and I go, oh, I see so many characteristics of some of my students that I had, and they were very high functioning, but some stuff they were very naive.
Yeah.
Especially some girls, you throw money into their face and you buy them shoes and clothes and they live in a nice house and you have this nice view. But
I hope they don't do no life insurance policy scams or nothing, because that's what she does business with, life insurance policies. And I saw her trying to coach somebody and was like, yeah, with E. Kane, she was like, what kind of policy would you sell me?
Yes, and when she said permanent, you don't even know the terminology, honey. How are you selling it to you? It's called full term.
A permanent policy where you can get cash value from it and you can do this and then you can do this. And then if you get sick, because they said if you get sick, you can still pay your mortgage and you can still this. Yes. Child. And people got you on record, like people recording you. They got clips everywhere of you saying these things to people.
Because what you do and what it is that you have this person. Because when you have life insurance, right, like a full-term life insurance, you could put so much money into it, ahead of time. Like once you pay, it starts making money. You have to pay so much before you start making money into like a reserve. And yes, you can go in there and take some money out if you need it, and they don't charge you taxes on it. And it's a loan, but it's a loan that has to be paid back. But if you can get the money that you pay back within a certain amount of time, you don't have to pay any interest on it. But then the payments that you're still making are still going back into the bank as well.
Mm-hmm.
But she can have people putting, especially if they have money, put a lot of money into. Why don't you put over $200,000 in it so that this way, if you ever needed to come back to it, you have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what she's doing with that money. Who's the policy with? Is this a legit policy, right? Then he says he never keeps money in the bank.
Yeah.
Why don't you keep any money in the bank? Why is there no
keep it? Where do you keep it? He was like, as soon as I get the money, I spend it. Or
but it didn't, the math wasn't mathing, because he showed the thing and he said he only used $150 on entertainment. So where are you spending this money at? If I looked up those penthouses for a 2-bedroom, it's only about $5,800 a month. So if you're bringing over $12,000, yeah, but it's not nothing. There's $8,000. You don't have a mortgage. You own no real estate. You have that much money and you own no real estate.
And somebody said, you don't even have a passport, son. Like this dude got on there and was going back and forth with him and was like, how, like, you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, and you don't even got a passport? You 30 years old? Like, this ain't making sense.
It's not. But the thing about it is, I went on Shanice's Instagram. Now, nowhere I know in the United States, they have waterfalls in tropical places. There's no waterfall in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They were at a waterfall place taking pictures. So I'm saying, so that wasn't making sense. Even to go to Puerto Rico or even to go to like the Virgin Islands. I'm not sure about the Virgin Islands. I know Puerto Rico, you now have to show a passport. So unless they were on a cruise ship, I don't know if you need a passport for a cruise ship. You might need a passport for a cruise ship. Mm-hmm. But he said he doesn't take vacations like that.
But they went to Vegas because they had luggage by the door, and they was like, whose luggage is that? Where y'all going?
He said for Valentine's Day something, he took them to Vegas, and they had pictures of that as well on the Instagram. And I want somebody to teach Oliver how to do makeup, honey. Your makeup looks like my makeup before I blend it out, and
It looked better than what her face looked like without it. I'm sorry. I know that wasn't nice, but when people saw her without the makeup, they was like, "Whoa, that's a totally different person."
It is, and for you to be that young, when I was that young, my face really didn't look that much different from makeup. Makeup enhanced it, but it didn't make me look like a totally different person. That makes you look like a totally different. You're not unless you're older than what you are portraying yourself to be, honey. Because she might be older. Because my eyes weren't that dark when I was that young. You know what I'm saying? If you're only 19 years old, why are your eyes looking that dark, baby? I was able to wear no makeup for the longest without having, the hyperpigmentation that us lighter folks get at times.
But see, I don't want to be like I don't want to be like the social media trolls or people in the comments that always have something bad to say about people, because like I don't have enough makeup and I don't want y'all coming for me. And so I don't want to do that. But like people are so harsh. People are even saying like Shanice got all this money. Why she ain't get her overbite fixed? Like people are really coming for them in different ways.
And that's
they're missing the point of everything else.
Yeah, and you're right. And I don't want to be that, because if y'all see me without makeup now, at the tender age I am, y'all be like, ooh, but I am the age that I am. So, but the important thing is not the looks, it's not the makeup, it's not the clothes. It's that they have this money coming in. You're not showing where this money is coming from. You won't show any receipts. When people bring up, show me your bank account. When people bring up, show me this, honey, you can screenshot and Photoshop a thing to come up. That's not showing. That's not you on the computer, logging into your computer and it popping up and showing me what it is. That's not giving that. And it's giving that, little girl, you're going to get hurt and you're going to end up in jail and you're not going to know how you got there. And he's going to be walking either scot-free because he didn't put everything in your name, or then Shanice may have been slick and started putting everything in her name and said, you know what, I ain't going down for this. Because there was clips of Olivia touching Sean, and Shanice took her hands off, and Sean's Olivia's face dropped. On the last live, I didn't watch it last night, but the night before, I saw clips from last night, but the night before, he gave Shanice these props, and Olivia's face went blank. And it looked like her whole mood changed. Her body language sunk down. She looked down, and I mean, he showed Shanice's snatch.
I heard about that. He was like, it was a wardrobe malfunction. Wardrobe, nigga, you in your house.
I watched it.
You're in your house and it's a wardrobe malfunction?
No, I watched it. He pulled her dress up and picked her up, and her whole snatch was out. And then he knew he did it because he looked at the monitor, he laughed, he looked at the comments, and Shanice and then they sat there for a second. Shanice dropped the call, and then they came back, and I guess she had to get them regrouped. They can't get up without asking for permission to go to the bathroom.
Yes, I saw that, and he got mad. Did you see when she was talking about the ex by accident? She didn't say no names or nothing, but she was like, well, there was another person, but they didn't really want to be involved. And he looked at her, and she was like reading his lips or trying to figure out what he was trying to tell her. So she's like, well, no, never mind. I'm sorry. And they left and went into the other room. And you can hear him saying, you want to see me in handcuffs? Is that what you want? And then they came back and he had this stone face. And she's just sitting there, just swinging in the chair like, oh, shit, I messed up. I'm sorry, sir. Or yes, sir. Or something she said to him. I'm like, y'all both the same age, nigga. I'm not calling you sir. No.
He was shorter than me.
But SJ called them out and was like, y'all are giving me, y'all met in the lobby of this building to come to record and film. Y'all don't have no glasses, no silverware, no nothing. Like, this is y'all house. So he wanted to get up and take him in a little tour to the closet. That closet it didn't have to be yours.
No, it didn't, because when I was in San Diego before and we stayed at a person's penthouse, their stuff was all, so I could have said that was my penthouse because I had all of her clothes and his clothes in it, and you would have really thought, oh wow, you lived it because you see clothes. And I do know they said that they rented out at times. So because their second bedroom was actually a closet. I was like, oh, when I get money,
like an Airbnb.
Yeah, I was like, when I get money, I'm gonna turn my whatchamacallit, and this is before like Airbnbs was like popular. I was like, I'm gonna turn my second bedroom into a whole little closet. I thought that was cool, but that's what those vibes were. But I mean, they had real furniture. There's no furniture in the living room. Those things, those plaques that he has up there, if you notice, they're not really on the wall. They're just hanging down. If you live there, it would be on the wall. And then another person said that one of the contracts of the penthouse, you can't only film in this one common area, and that's why they're only at the island, because where they're at, because that penthouse is the same maker, so they make all of them look the same. So where they were at is because I sent you the video, it's that island right there in the kitchen, so that's where they record, and the sink is right on the other side. So that they can only record there, and they can show only certain, I guess, common areas. That's why you never see the bedroom. The other bedroom, you don't see the bathroom. So it's like some of the, I think one time she was in the bathroom, but she was in the guest bathroom, because the guest bathroom looks totally different than the master bedroom bathroom. So you, certain areas you can't show, because that's, like I said, personal stuff. But I mean, I don't want her to go to jail. I don't want those girls ending up in jail. As much as they talk about Olivia, and she has a lot of growing up to do, and she's not ready for the life that she's given. She doesn't need a 30-year-old man. When you're 20, I think the oldest you should really have is a maybe 25-year-old man. I don't think 30 is way too old, baby girl. He met you when you were younger. He groomed you. And for the fact that her parents don't agree with the relationship, and a lot of times parents don't agree with your relationship. I know my parents didn't agree with my relationship in the beginning and my marriage, and it's like they had to get used to it, but now they love him. But I remember when I was young, Dot and Bop, and I had an older guy, and my father said, honey, he don't want you for what you think he wants you for. I remember my ex, who, God bless the dead, he told me when we broke up, yeah, that's why I'm gonna get this girl right out of high school, because I'm gonna be able to mold her brain and mold her mind.
Wow.
Who did he have to call to get bail out of jail, because she was too young to bail him out? Who had to sign their name for him? I did. So I was a Shanice in the situation. So if it wasn't for me, who had to ID your body when you were dead? Me, not her. She's the one sitting and screaming and hollering. Why are they letting her do it? Because I'm the one that's listed as next of kin. So, little girl, he molded you. He made you feel like you was everything to him.
But you ain't got no rights.
You got no rights. And that's another thing somebody said. What if something happened to those girls? You had them not speaking to their family. They're ostracized to the family. If something was to happen to those girls and they do not have you as, was it the, not, what is that word? Where you can make decisions for a person, which I wish the person didn't tell them that, because they probably did it. That legal document, power attorney.
Yeah.
POA. So they probably gave them that idea. If you don't have POA, you cannot make any decisions. So, and I was in a situation like that with my ex that died, because I could ID him, but they could not release the body to me because I didn't have POA. So I had to call his mother, his grandmother, and tell her, you have to come, your child died, you got to come get your grandchild, whatever. So, but now if they have the POA, he'll have all rights to them. He can do whatever they want.
One of the things about the people coming up on the TikTok live and asking them these questions, they're learning from these people how to move, because the things that these people are noticing, because they're watching and observing and then calling them out on their stuff. When the girl called them out and was like, you're not even, like, if you're going to do this, you need to do it right. You're using this same little carry-on cup. You got this same little speaker that you can take out of your bag and all this other stuff. And it was like, no, this is a camera, blah, 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 blah. But you're not even making it look homey. Come on here in your pajamas. If it's 11 o'clock at night, you still prancing around in your outside clothes and stuff. If this is your home, you look like you walking around in heels and your feet hurt. Put on some slippers. So they're giving them step by step. This is how you make it realistic. This is how you make us believe you. But it's all clickbait. And part of me felt bad like looking at all of these videos because I'm giving them the numbers. I'm one person, but this is what each person is doing. They're clicking on it. Every time they go live, they have 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 people on their live. They're getting all of these taps and likes, and that equals money. That's how they're making money in their sleep, because people are still reposting it. They're clipping it. They're doing, and then they have a backup page. And I think that Polly Clown's page is their page, because I feel like I clicked on a comment and it showed his name, Sean T. Adams or whatever, and then all of a sudden it switched to Polly Clowns. But this page looks like they're trying to come for them, like calling her Oliver, calling him Snapping Turtle.
I think they do, because I think you're right, because he records. If you notice, he has the monitor up, so they're recording on something, and you can record on your laptop, but when you look on YouTube, it's from a phone. So I think he's screen recording.
I think Shanice is screen recording.
Yeah, they're screen recording it, and they're coming back and they're talking and they're laughing, and they're like, "Yeah, dummies are falling for it." And somebody did say it. Somebody said we are falling for it. But I did notice last night, after that one person called them out and said that, they didn't have 55,000 people in there. It was like when I got on and it was lagging, I said, "This is lagging. I ain't got time for this mess." It was like only 25,000 people in it, and people just dropping. So people don't last long. You know, it's only 15 minutes of fame. I did notice that they started, I think, like you said, it was like they're asking you now, "Where did you see us at?"
Was it the For You page?
Yes.
Did somebody share it to you? Because they're like, let's get up to 150,000 likes before we bring somebody up here. Let's get to 350 shares before we do this, blah, 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 blah. So this is part of their marketing. This is how they're going to make residual income.
People are falling for it. I'm like, don't give them the likes. Don't tap the screen. No, don't tap the screen. Don't share the live. You know what I'm saying? Text a person, say, "Hey, it's on." It send a message that say, "Hey, they're on." Don't give them what they're looking for, because as soon as they're not monetizing the way they need, that's when you're going to see the real them. And that one picture, he's obsessed with Wolf of Wall Street. I listened to his ex talk about him. She said he's obsessed with wolves. He's obsessed with Wolf of Wall Street. That's where his persona is coming from. His persona is coming from Wolf of Wall Street. That's why he's always wearing those suits. That's why he's always talking about the Lamborghinis and things like that. It's giving he has a multiple personality disorder. It's given he has mental health issues. It's given that he doesn't know who he is and he's trying to make himself into somebody else. And he watches these movies. He gets absorbed by these movies. He cannot tell reality from fake. And then he's now manipulated these girls to make them feel like this world is real. This is their real world. This is who they need to be. Because you superstar, if you ever notice, most of the people he brings up, 95%, have 10,000 or more people.
That's why one girl's like, you saw 1 million followers and you thought that you was going to get something from connecting with me, but no, because he was like, "Are you pregnant?" She was like, "Why would you ask me if I was pregnant?" So I saw a couple of different clips, but he played a fucking theme song to Enter the Room. The fuck, like, really?
This is a show. He is delusional.
He calls it a show.
He's delusional. He said, "Oh, I have several offers for TV shows." Honey, if you had several offers for TV shows, then why aren't you on TV?
I know basketball players. I know this people. I got these people in my circle. I got this people in my circle.
I own 25%. He said he owns 25% of the Padres. What about you? Would you invest in 25%? And that's the thing. He thinks we're stupid. He thinks he wants to play on our intelligence. Honey, you either flipping houses, or you doing some money market scams, or this is the other scam that it is. You invest in my company, and I'll bring you the revenue that you need. So you give me $10,000-$20,000. That's how he makes his money. Then I invest and talk to my people that are on my team that get a cut out of it, and we're gonna make it boom, boom, boom. So then he goes, you know what? It really could have done better if you would have had more money. So now that he got you a little bit more, you're gonna give even more money and even more money. And then what's gonna happen is, I don't know why it didn't go that well. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go back to the drawing board, and then once you get all the money that you can get, he's out. Just like the girl Jen Shaw on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That's why her behind is in jail, because she was stealing all those money from the old people, because she kept talking about they're going to do all these businesses, kept draining them and draining them and draining them, so they didn't have no more money. And then she was gone. But then they finally caught up. But you're done because, honey, you're leaving a digital footprint. All of this stuff that you said that you're doing, the feds is looking at you. You don't think the feds is one of the people in there?
Wow.
You don't think one?
They definitely called Olivia out because they were like, well, you only got this many reviews on your LinkedIn page. You only got this. Like, you don't have, like, this business ain't legit. This business ain't doing nothing. You don't have no reviews. You don't have none of this other stuff. And when a guest got up there and was talking about Olivia's business, it was like, we noticed that before you got with him, you were posting things about your business and stuff, and now you're not really posting anything. So she was like, well, I decided to focus on some other things, and that just hasn't been in the forefront. And I have a team. Well, how many people on your team? And she was like, maybe between 5 to 10, their virtual team. And she was like, if you had a team, you would know automatically how many people on your payroll. Well, they're not really on a payroll. It's just that when I needed it, she was like, so it's a pyramid scheme. So it's like, girl.
It's legal. It's given, remember, what was that? Legal, prepaid legal. It's
Yes.
prepaid legal, honey. Giving that insurance, I'm gonna sell insurance, honey. That's what it's giving. When they want to do the insurance and do the Zoom calls for the insurance and get your no. Mm-hmm. Baby girl,
bring in 3 friends to do this, and bring in 2 friends, and then you could get this. And this.
I remember when my husband's best friend, they were doing prepaid legal, and at the time we were young. I had just miscarried my first set of twins, and it was my birthday, and she wanted me to go to something. I was like, what's my birthday? I'll go to the seminar another day, but I'm not gonna go on my birthday. And he told her, oh, they're not your real friends, because your real friends would have showed up no matter what. Real friends are people that you can depend on. Real friends are people that you say, oh, I want you to come here to make some money, and they just show up. So it was, it was funny, right? He had to bring us to this house. He lived in Jackson, New Jersey, and he had a nice size house, right? Mm-hmm. But I know you live in the sticks, so the houses are cheaper. Yeah, so you can get a nice house. Come do that up in North Jersey. And he said that he quit his job to do prepaid legal full time. And I said, and I said something smart, slick, and he heard what I said. Because you can't bullshit a bullshit, okay? You can't get me, honey. I grew up all the scammers. I know all the game, baby, honey. I'll let you talk to me and make you feel like you kicking games to me, but you're really not. So he heard that my father was a preacher. He heard that my father and them had a business. So he saw money, people, and honey. So he was trying to get all up under me. Yeah, so I said, oh, they're not gonna fall for that, honey. Huh? I said, they're not gonna fall for that. And he saw that he couldn't get through to us. So I'm like, So just like them, somebody gonna come up them, they're gonna get the wrong girl.
Mm-hmm. And they're not gonna play. They're not gonna play. Somebody might try to enter that throuple, that entanglement, just to get, like, he gonna meet the wrong chick. She's not gonna be as submissive as he thought, and she's gonna be like, no, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Yeah. It's like a whole nother TV show, y'all. But we're not telling you to go look for them. But you might see things if you just search for Polly Clowns or shanicegreer or whatever. But check your facts, do your research. if you find out some more information that maybe we didn't find out on, if you know these people personally, I don't know, because I think I heard Olivia was from Virginia, or I don't know. I don't know the facts on that. But
and somebody came in live and said, "I know you're from Virginia." She got shook.
Northern Virginia. Yeah, I think I saw Northern Virginia. So if y'all know Olivia Appleberry or whatever, Shanice, whatever she said her name was. If y'all know them personally, y'all know some stuff that we don't know. You'll spill the tea, because we want to make sure in the end that nobody else is trying to copycat R. Kelly. No men are trying to take advantage of women, young women, older women, whatever, to get over, to make money off of them. This is another form of pimping, another form of trafficking.
Yes.
So we want to make sure our people are safe, and that we're not just feeding into it because it's toxic. We're not feeding into it because it's entertaining. That you guys pay attention and dig a little deeper.
Yes.
To let these masks fall away, so we can really help each other, because this is what we chose to use our platform for. We'll talk about it, we'll kiki, we'll laugh, we'll be ratchet, but in the end, it's a purpose. We have an intention behind it. Yeah, it's a little entertainment, it's a little fun, a little seriousness. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up now with part 2. And we will see you and talk to you next time.
Bye.